So I think that would be, we start with Dennis.
Thank you very much, Brian. Good evening. My name is Dennis Ross. I'm a candidate for Congress District 12, which is the seat being vacated by Adam Putnam. It encompasses predominantly Eastern Hillsborough County and Polk County. To give you a little bit of background about myself, I'm a native of Polk County. My wife Cindy and I have been married for 26 and a half consecutive years, and we have 2 children, Shane and Travis. Shane is 18 and Travis is 17. They're one of the reasons that I'm running, because you see, they don't have the opportunities today that we had or that I had when I was their age. You see, they've got on their shoulders right now $46,000 in debt that's owed our country. Do you know that in 2009, 46 cents of every dollar spent by the federal government was borrowed? We've now taken our country to the greatest deficit we've ever seen. I'll be the first to admit to you that the Republicans didn't do what they should have done the last 6 years. There's no question about it. But what the Democrats have done since then has put our misgivings on steroids, and it cannot sustain itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the issue is jobs. Sustainable private sector jobs. Not government jobs, not 16,000 more IRS agents. It's jobs. How do we get jobs? $7 billion in the stimulus package well over a year ago, and what have we got? We lost 2.7 million jobs since then. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cut capital gains tax. Let's have at least the same corporate tax rate as Europe has so that we can incentivize more business to come over here. Hey, what do you say we give tax credits to businesses that actually have employees instead of ones that may want to hire employees? And what do you say we eliminate the death tax? That is one of the most egregious forms of extraction of revenue from the people of the country. When you've saved, you have built a family enterprise, and now you must liquidate it in order to pay the taxes. You can't carry on that legacy. Guys, I am a very strong practicing conservative. I spent 8 years in the Florida House of Representatives. I can tell you that I believe firmly that government has been in the business of business too long and should get out of it. And I have some practical experience with that. In 2007, you all might have remembered that the legislature, Florida legislature, went up there to go try to expand Citizens Property and Casualty Insurance Company and make it now a government-run entity that competes against the private sector. It was wrong. It was our experiment of the public option. There were 2 members of the entire Florida legislature out of 160 members that voted against it. I was one of those 2. And as a result of that, I was stripped of my chairmanship of my committee in the House. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it should not be the exception. It should be the rule that politicians vote their principles, not vote the party line. That, to me, was the most defining moment. Since then, my colleagues have come full circle. We're now realizing that we've got to incentivize market factors in order to make people have competition. We should have done it in healthcare. We should allow for the interstate sale of health insurance policies. There are 1,200 insurance companies that sell health insurance throughout the country, but only 5 sell in Florida. Because we regulate it so hard, they have to sell 51 mandated types of coverage. And maybe the coverage you need isn't in cleft palate coverage or in vitro fertilization. Maybe you need a catastrophic policy they sell in Michigan at a fraction of the cost. Why can't you buy it? It's wrong. We should do that. We should have market factors incentivizing competition, helping consumers, and stabilizing prices. A little bit about our campaign. I started this thing a year ago. Since that time, we know that this being an open seat, the Democrats are looking at this. I mean, they're licking their chops and they're thinking, hey, even though Republicans held it ever since 1984, this is an open seat. We can come in there and play. Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you that we're the only candidate in this race as of today, and in fact, the only candidate in this race, period, that will qualify by petition. We have approved over 5,000 petitions by both supervisor elections in Hillsborough and Polk County, who have given us the necessary 4,578 to qualify. The deadline's passed. We're there. We got the grassroots support. We've got people that we've received endorsements from Jeb Bush. We've received endorsements from Gus Bilirakis, Adam Putnam, Vern Buchanan, several of your Republican county commissioners, Sheriff G. And I think that sounds great, but I really want your endorsement. And that's what I have to earn. And I want to be able to do that because I firmly believe that as a practicing conservative, that I can be part of the next majority of this Congress that will finally, because we will be held to the task to do so, do what is right and limit the size of government, limit our taxes, empower more individual freedoms, and make a stronger national defense. With that, I'll stop and take any questions.